Hello everybody and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/AmITheDevil, so if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. I, 37M, want to try to get back with the one who got away, 36F. Is there any chance of that happening? I've been tearing myself apart just thinking about her and how things ended. I can't stop no matter how much I try. This is going to be a long post, and I know I'm writing a lot of rambling and nonsense. When I, 37M, was 20, I met the most beautiful woman, Leela, who was 19 at the time, both inside and out. She had the most gorgeous dark brown hair that looked red and purple when the light hit it just right. These golden brown eyes and lashes that looked like a doll's, freckles on her rosy plump cheeks, and a simple dimple when she smiled a certain way. She was a year younger than me, but yet she was always so much smarter and mature in every aspect. We dated for 2 years. I met her parents, and her no-nonsense cop father definitely gave me the stank eye at first. But he grew to like me. Her mom adored me right off the bat, always commenting on how my green eyes complimented her daughter's golden brown eyes in the most romantic way. I still don't fully understand what that means, but I like the compliment. Her younger sibling loved playing in the backyard with me. She met my parents and my 2 brothers, and they all loved her right off the bat. My younger brother was the same age as her, and they were going to college together and would help each other study in some of the shared classes their major had. Hell, even my 6-month-old dog I had adopted before even meeting her seemed to like her more than he liked me. She told me her dreams, how she wanted to own a home and that was tucked away from everything and not completely isolated. How she wanted to be a doctor and that she wanted to help people. She wanted to be a pediatrician. She loved kids. She always said that she wanted a family, and she didn't care how many kids she had. She just wanted to experience the ups and downs of motherhood. She wanted the good, the bad, and the ugly. I listened to her go on and on about baby names and how she would design a nursery. At that time, I thought I wanted kids too. I wanted to marry this girl and give her the family she so clearly wanted. She was my Leela. I wanted to stay with her forever. I was young, but I was in love with her. After 2 years of dating, I started to realize that I didn't want to have kids. I thought I was just being around too many of my bratty cousins, and that was turning me off from the idea. But the more I thought about it, the more the idea of having to be a father made me sick. I would get headaches, and my stomach would twist in knots, thinking about having to take care of some screaming, crying, dookying little thing, and then have it grow into a tantrum-throwing toddler, a bratty child, and then some moody teenager. I didn't want to be held down like that. I wanted to travel, have money, be free. After a few drinks one night, I ended up telling all of this to Leela. I remember she went quiet and simply said, "I won't try to change your mind, but I'm not giving up on my dreams." I remember scoffing and rolling my eyes, telling her that we weren't going to have kids. She stood up from the couch and said, "You might not want that anymore, but I still do. I'm not going to try and force either one of our minds to change. Then one of us will end up miserable." I realized that she was breaking up with me, and even though she was so calm and mature about it, I remember feeling so angry. She was walking around the apartment gathering her things, being completely silent. I kept arguing with her, trying to change her mind. I kept telling her that it was stupid to want kids, that they were annoying and a waste of time. When she still didn't budge, I started to insult her. I said that she was stupid and that she was a weak woman for wanting to be a mom, that she should just give up on being a doctor so that she could push out her brats. Leela finally started to respond to me, telling me to calm down, and that we simply wanted different things in life, and that was okay. I hated her in that moment, that she wasn't agreeing with me. I remember punching the wall of our apartment, kicking a door, throwing away anything I could get my hands on. She watched me wreck our living room and kitchen, not saying a word. She walked past me and left. The whole thing happened over a few hours. In less than a day, I lost the love of my life, and my apartment was now trashed. Of course, news of Wowie broke up, and my reaction to it reached my family. My mom cried hearing how I reacted. My dad gave me the coldest look I'd ever seen. My brothers both said that I was an idiot, with my younger brother saying I was lucky Leela hadn't called the cops on me during that. That was 15 years ago. I've tried to have relationships since, but they never lasted more than a few weeks. I travel around for work, but now I'm back in the same town Leela lives in. Leela got married, got her doctorate, had kids, and is still a pediatrician last I heard. I know my younger brother still kept some contact with her in the first few years after the breakup. He even invited her to his wedding, but she declined because she didn't want to cause drama. I'm back in her town, the town we both grew up in, dated in, lived in, and where she currently lives. I can't stop thinking about her. I miss her so much right now. I miss her sweet perfume that smelled like a bakery, her strawberry shampoo, and the way her hair looks in the light. She's 36 now, and I want to reach out to her and make amends with her. I want to hold and hug her one last time, to tell her I love her and I'm sorry. I don't know if that is a good idea, but a part of me just needs closure. I don't know what to do. I want to sweep her off her feet and have her be my love again, but I just don't know if that ship has already sailed. Yeah, so it's almost as if you happen to get angry, aggressive, and trash an apartment that a person won't want to be around you, so, I hate to break it to you, dude, I don't think you're going to be getting back with her anytime soon, let alone anytime ever. Also, considering the fact that she actually did get to do all of the stuff that she set out that she wanted to do, like being a pediatrician, getting her doctorate, all that stuff. She got to do all that stuff, and you're not holding her back, so I don't think that she's gonna really be interested in getting back together or, let alone being in the same proximity as the person who destroyed their own apartment when they said that they didn't like the idea of not wanting to have kids. Am I the a-hole for walking down a broken escalator? This happened about a week ago now. I work in retail stores in a large shopping mall on the 3rd floor. Where the store is situated, it is easily accessible by a set of escalator stairs, and the moving stairs which take you up and down. This is usually really great, as it allows traffic to our store and makes getting to work on time really convenient. Unfortunately, these escalators have been having problems for a number of months now. At first, the escalators which take you upwards broke down, preventing me from getting to the store by taking them, meaning I either had to wait for the usually very busy elevator or walk around the entire mall to a different set, and then loop back to the store. I did this until the escalator was fixed, but then literally a week later, the downwards escalator broke down. And this is where the trouble started. In order to get down from work, I, once again, had to wait for the crowded elevator, or loop around to a really inconvenient escalator on the other side of the mall. This literally was costing me 4 to 5 minutes every time, and after how long it took to fix the first time, and given how we literally pay rent to stay in a mall which can't be bothered to fix its escalator, I just decided to walk down the broken set. It's literally the same thing as a regular set of stairs when it isn't moving. Obviously, they don't really want you to do this, and it was as such protected with a fabric layer. I just ducked under the barrier and walked down, and lo and behold, nothing exploded, no one died, and I saved a bunch of time. So naturally, I did this a few more times when I was in a rush, until one night when a security guard whistled at me to come over. The guard reprimanded me and quite unprofessionally told me I can't walk down the escalator even after I tried to explain my reason. He told me that I was technically trespassing when I went under the barrier, and that I could get in serious trouble. I tried to argue that the other escalator, which is going up, has people on it every day, and not 5 feet away from the broken downward one. And somehow that's not trespassing. He then started almost shouting at me, and said that he has seen me do it before, which just made me confused, because if he had seen me before, then why did he wait until now to say something? By this point, I was irritated and basically told him that if the mall owners cared so much about the broken escalator, maybe they should fix it already, at which point he said that he would report me to my boss at the store and advised the mall officials that an employee from my store was trespassing on the broken escalator. I thought the whole situation was completely ridiculous and blown way out of proportion. But I understand he was just doing his job, and I have quite possibly created more work for him. Am I the a-hole? Yeah. So you already stated that you were trespassing, and you're blatantly admitting to trespassing and wondering why the escalator that does not have a single dang thing wrong with it and is not closed to the public, you're wondering why the people that are on that one are not being trespassed? Gee, I wonder why. Maybe it's because that one frickin' is working. And it must either be you are very new to this job, or you just so happen to be in an area where nobody has tried to do anything sketchy regarding buying stuff at your retail job, because I can tell you very much you got the same mental mindset of the people at my work who, if they can get away with something one time, they think that they'll be perfectly fine and not be ever caught, nor they try to make it so that there's no reason for them to be caught because, oh, you let me do it before. Tap it, sir. You're only making yourself look more stupid, and we didn't know that was humanly possible. Because, you know, it's not like if you accidentally get hurt on that little broken escalator, there could be some kind of lawsuit coming into place. No, that could never happen. Am I the a-hole for asking my daughter to temporarily move out? Throwaway account so I can get some advice on this situation. Yes, you know, throwaway account on the Am I the a-hole post that wound up on r/AmITheDevil. Yeah, that totally doesn't mean that you had a little bit of a hint that you may actually be the dingus yourself, except you just wanted clarification and confirmation on the internet because you wanted to see the little Reddit karma number go up because, you know, your brain chemicals and all that jazz. When I was a young adult, my parents got into an awful car crash which resulted in their death. I was heartbroken. I was an only child, so they left everything to me, which included their house. Me and my long-term girlfriend at the time moved into the house. It's a 2-story with a 3-bedroom house. I started a job which became really successful in. My family doesn't come from wealth, but I, as of right now, would consider myself pretty wealthy. At the start of my career, my girlfriend fell pregnant, and we had our first son, and we got married, and just kept building our family from there. I, as of right now, have 5 kids, 3 who are living with me, 17F, 9M, and 6F. As much as I have loved staying in my parents' house, it's become very crowded. And so recently, I just bought a new house with a room for all of my children along with some guest bedrooms. It'll be almost a year before I'm able to move into our new home. My wife came to me and told me that she's pregnant, which came to a shock of us, both because we didn't plan to have more kids, and we agreed to keep it, but her due date comes before our house is ready to move into. Me and my wife had a long discussion about our daughter, who I'll call Amy, which we eventually brought to Amy. I asked Amy how she would feel about moving into an apartment temporarily. I told her that I'd cover all of the costs of her living expenses, and she could move back in a year once our new home was ready, unless she wanted to stay in her apartment. And if that was the case, I'd support her until she's ready to support herself. Amy was not happy at all, and she screamed at us. She said she wasn't ready to live on her own, and how we are prioritizing our new children over her. I tried to calm her down and remind her that it's not permanent and that she'd move in the apartment that's 5 minutes away from us, and we'd still be parents to her, but that's the house is getting too crowded for another child, and how her younger siblings already share a room. She's now been avoiding us ever since. My wife believes that we did nothing wrong, but my oldest child said that we were crazy to even consider that as an option. I just need to know how to go about this. Is there other ways that we could fix this? Am I wrong for even bringing up the idea to her? I truly just need advice on the situation. Edit. I wanted to state that I am not kicking Amy out. That would have never been the case at all. Amy is a soon-to-be college student who has stated that it's hard work for her to work in crowded environments, which is why I suggested the idea of moving into an apartment of her own until we have the space. But if it's not something that she wants, it's not something we'll do. Amy will be 18 in October, but please stop assuming I'm neglecting my children. I'm simply just looking for a solution for 3 months until we move into our new house. I'm not suggesting this new idea because I've stated before that she's going to college and has also stated that it was hard to get through school with her siblings and when they were newborns too. Second edit, my daughter found this post and is ready to talk to me. I will update later tonight. Update! My daughter found this post and we had a long discussion. She even asked me to write the update instead, so here she is. Hi guys, I'll stick to the name that was given to me in the post and call myself Amy. I'm very active in the Reddit community and so is some of my friends. I was talking to one of my friends who came across this post in Reddit. I came into bed, Dad, to talk about it, and we read through some of the comments. Kind of curious as to see if, at any point in time, did y'all ever consider, if you're having a newborn and everything, just sticking a crib in your room, or is there really not any space available for such? You're gonna have to be taking care of the newborn very constantly, so having the crib with the baby in the bedroom very much kind of seems like a smart idea to a degree. Am I the a-hole for going home early on a family vacation after my mother-in-law constantly invaded my privacy? I, 38M, am the solo breadwinner of this house. I have a wife, 35F, and a daughter, 5F. Me and my wife have been planning this family vacation to Venice for months. For context, my daughter is very little and she needs constant attention, or she will get into trouble. Venice has always been my wife's idea of a romantic city, so it's been her dream to go there. However, we can't just leave our daughter at home. We initially wanted to leave her at my mother-in-law's house, but she wanted to come with us, and my mother-in-law said that it was her dream to visit too. My wife was still very supportive of this idea, but I was more reluctant. My wife planned everything, booking the hotels and the restaurants. However, to my dismay, she booked 1 room of 2 queens instead of 2 rooms with 2 queens. I planned for us to have this be a romantic getaway, and did not want my daughter in the room with us. We could easily afford 2 rooms, but my wife wanted to keep an eye on her as well. To make matters worse, my mother-in-law was constantly in my space. She also had to share all of my wife's expensive products, face wash, shampoo, lotion, etc. My daughter likes to sit on our bed with me and my wife when we are gone to the city, and I come back to see that mother-in-law was sitting on our bed too. It is very unhygienic to me, and I don't like that she has been sitting around on my bed that me and my wife share, as I am a very private person. She also rummaged through our suitcase looking for a hair tie, and it really irked me that she did so without asking me. I don't like the thought of her looking through our stuff when we are gone, so I locked it. The final straw was when I woke up this morning. I saw that mother-in-law has yet again forgotten something. For the past few days, she has been sharing the same toothpaste as me and my wife. I don't like the thought of her putting her toothbrush close to or even on the toothpaste nozzle, and I was ill the more I thought about it. I asked mother-in-law if the only reason she came was to freeload off of me and my wife, as she didn't pay for any of the expenses, hotel, amenities, food, only her own plane tickets. I said that I've asked her politely several times to stop using my wife's stuff, especially because I share it with her, and it's very inappropriate. My mother-in-law was very upset and told my wife, and my wife screamed at me. I was very angry that the trip that I paid with my own money was now ruined, and I changed the date of my plane ticket and went straight home. My wife has called me several times afterwards, screaming at me, saying that our daughter is upset. I feel bad that our daughter has been caught in this situation, but it was really not acceptable that what my mother-in-law did, and I had to set some boundaries before it gets worse. My wife has her own card and enough money to stay there. I'm not sure about her plans or about staying or not. I've been ignoring her calls to take some time for my own mental health. Edit. Thank you for everyone that has responded. I'm reading through each response carefully, and I've realized my mistakes. I'm taking tonight to write a sincere apology, and I will be calling my wife first thing in the morning tomorrow. Thank you again. I love her more than anything, and I want to make amends. Final update. I just called my wife to deliver my sincere apology. I am writing this with a heavy heart. She has blocked my number, and my mother-in-law informed me that she will be looking into divorce proceedings. I have never thought about this happening, and I am at a loss about what to do. I have failed our family as a husband and as a father. I am not angry at my wife for this decision, but I still cling to the hope that I can turn this around. I am about to lose the love of my life over a stupid mistake that I made. I was not rational when I stormed off. She did not deserve any of my attitude, and I am praying that this moment, that after some time off and after I change myself for the better, that she will reconsider this divorce. I am going to contact a therapist and marriage counseling after posting this. I feel like myself spiraling, and I don't want to think about how I ruined my life in the span of these 48 hours. Again, thank you to everyone that responded. I will be logging off for a while and working through my thoughts. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what to do next. All I know is that I have lost the love of my life and I have no way to contact her. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle this. My world has come crashing down. I'm sorry, Maria. Okay, hold up. So let me see if I got this straight. You were upset because your mother-in-law and your wife happened to have been sharing stuff, and the last I checked, outside of the toothpaste, that didn't involve... How, really? Do people really get upset over other people sharing toothpaste? Because that doesn't seem like an issue whatsoever. At no point in time have I ever had anybody just, like, having the nozzle directly on the toothbrush. That don't make sense. The more I look into the details, the more it kind of feels like you were trying to figure something to be upset about. But with that, that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and see more videos like this one in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below to start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you guys have not already, subscribe to the channel and turn on them notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye!